All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord will, this video is edifying. All right, and basically this is going into famine is coming. All right, people are going to be starving. People are going to be hungry. There's going to be, shortage of food. All right, famine is coming. Okay, so I'm gonna get into it in the scriptures, and Lord will, this lesson is edifying. I'm gonna start here in the book of Amos, the 3rd chapter, verse 6, and it says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord YAHAWASHI had not done it?" You see, all right, the evils you see that take place in the earth come from who? YAHAWASHI. All right, the judgment that's coming is coming from YAHAWASHI. The death, the sword, the famine, the plagues, they're all coming from YAHAWASHI. Now, putting more emphasis on the famine, okay, this shortage of food, all right, this lack of bread that's coming, okay, this famine, all right, is coming from the Heavenly Father himself. It's coming from the Lord, okay? So, let's get this in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord YAHAWAH, bahasham YAHAWASHI, I will bring plagues upon the world." You see, the Lord is going to be the one that's going to bring plagues upon the world, man. Okay, we just read in Amos the 3rd chapter, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord YAHAWASHI had not done it? You see, if you see somebody, they get into a terrible car accident, man. All right, the Lord did it. Okay, somebody that fall off, a cliff or something. All right, what else? What they call them? A skyscraper. Okay, the YAHAWASHI did it, man. All right, it says the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Keep reading. "For the wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." So, that's the point. Now, let's get this in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, verse 22. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." So there's going to be a lot of people, okay, all right, on the earth that's going to die from famine, man. All right, and let's get the definition of famine before we continue. Famine, it says extreme scarcity of food. And what's going to be the effect of this extreme scarcity of food? Starvation, hunger. You see? All right, a famine, extreme scarcity. Let's get a definition of scarcity. It says shortage, rarity, scarceness, dearth, lack, shortage. Okay, so man, there's gonna be a shortage of food, scarcity of food, a lack of food, man. All right, and what's gonna be the effects of that? People are gonna be hungry, people are gonna be starving. Okay, so now let's let's go back to the scriptures. It says, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." Okay, the extreme scarcity of food, which will cause people to basically go hungry. Starvation. It says, "And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." Now, all right, basically, if you don't die from famine, you still, you cannot escape the judgment of YAHAWASHI. Now, what comes to mind is the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, verse 16, because the scriptures speak about what? The MOTB, the grain of rice, which is the microchip, man. All right, where these devils are basically, they're going to implement a cashless society where your purchases, your payments, all right, your buying is going to be done cashlessly through this microchip that they're going to want inside you, and that is the MOTB. Now, you're going to have people, all right, that's going to, because these devils, they could say something like, we're giving out food, but the only people that could take the food is if you have the grain of rice, if you have the MOTB, man. So you're gonna have people that's gonna run to Esau, you know, basically they're gonna be in straits, okay? They're gonna be in dire need of food, okay? They're gonna run to Esau, eat them, and Esau's gonna have them take the what? The grain of rice, man, okay? So people are gonna basically try to escape the scarcity of food, try to escape the hunger, you know, by taking the CHIP, by taking the MOTB. But what does the scripture say? It says, and the other that escaped the hunger shall the sword destroy. Because let's say you do take, you know, the grain of rice, all right? Now Esau give you, you know, he give you some food, okay, bam, right? But the scriptures say what? Shall the sword destroy? And we know that in the scriptures, okay, that the people that receive the MOTB, pursuing the Revelation, the 14th chapter, they're going to be destroyed, man, all right? And where's that destruction going to come from? From the missiles, all right? And when you read in Isaiah, the 34th chapter, let's go get it. Isaiah chapter 34, the missiles is likened unto what? We're going to read, okay? This the book of Isaiah chapter 34. Get straight to the point. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. And what's that speaking of? That's speaking of the mushroom cloud, okay? The heavens being rolled together as a scroll is speaking of the mushroom cloud. It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And what's that sword? The missiles, man. Okay, and like I said, pursuing the Revelation, the 14th chapter, which I'm gonna go get, Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his markings in his forehead or in his hand, and people will see this as a way of escaping the hunger. Okay, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You're gonna be destroyed, man. Okay, so going back to 2nd Ezra, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. So you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna die from famine, man. Okay, all right, because what is the results of famine? Which the definition of famine is scarcity of food. The result is what? Hunger and starvation. All right, and the scriptures say, and the other that escape the hunger, because you're gonna have people, all right, that's gonna you know, take the MOTB, right? But then what? They're gonna be destroyed by the missiles, man. All right, which the missiles in the scriptures are likened unto a sword. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to go to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, verse 19, because when famine come, basically people are going to be in straits. They're going to be in a position of difficulty. You know, they're just going to be trying to survive, you know. So you're going to have people that's going to be desperate, and that's going to take the MOTB. You know, you're going to have people that's going to basically try to steal from people, you know. All right. And we're going to read, it says, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. And when you get the definition of pity, what does it mean? Basically compassion, you know. It says compassion, shame, condolence, regret, sadness, distress, sympathy, you know. All right. So it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because now, all right, the modern day sword, we know, you know, the gun. Okay. Now people, all right, due to famine, people are going to be, you know, breaking into people's houses, man, you know, probably having a baby mama at gunpoint, their children at gunpoint, or even having them at gunpoint, basically telling them to give me, you know, food, water, resources. Okay. These are the times that we're coming in. And it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, because of what? Because of the lack of bread. Okay. And what does famine mean? Scarcity of food. And we went into that word scarcity, went into what? Dearth and lack. Okay. The lack of bread, man. Famine. All right. So this is going to be taking place because of famine, man. All right. It says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. People finna be getting robbed, man. Okay? Because of the lack of bread and for a great tribulation. That's the times that we're coming into. The times of great tribulation, man. Okay? But only the elect is going to make it through that tribulation. And what does the scripture say in the book of Acts? The scripture say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of heaven. Roughly paraphrasing, man. You see? And you have brothers and sisters that's going through tribulation now, but they're going to go through tribulation in what? Jacob's trouble. Okay? That's the times that we're coming into, the times of Jacob's trouble. Okay? So, now let's get this in the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 9, and it says, they that be slain with the sword. And I said the modern day sword is the gun. You know, you may take, all right, people may get, you know, shot in the head, you know, a head shot, okay, or just shot up, all right, in the chest, you know, okay, or even if you say like an actual sword, you know, they get their head cut off, or, you know, all right, it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, man. It's better to be slain by the sword than to be slain of hunger. You see? All right? And famine, all right, the results of famine is hunger. The results of famine is starvation. The effects of famine is starvation and hunger, man. And what did the scripture say? Many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. Okay? So it says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for the wants of the fruits of the field. So it's going to be bad, man. Okay? It's going to be bad. All right? Now what I have is in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, going into an example of a famine that happened. Okay? And let's see, you know, what was taking place. It says, and there was a great famine. Well, what took place, all right, in this time, getting this account, it says, and there was a great famine in Samaria. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80, which if I'm not mistaken is 80, all right, pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Okay. And it says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help, my lord, O king. And he said, if the Lord YAHAWASHI do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, what aileth thee? All right, basically, what's the problem? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow, man. So what you think gonna happen in these times, man? Cannibalism, man. People gonna be eating each other, okay? This is an account where basically a woman said to another woman, all right, give thy son, we gonna eat your son today, okay, and we gonna eat my son tomorrow, okay? So it's gonna get bad, all right? It says, so we boiled my son and did eat him, and said unto her on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him, and she had hid her son, man. Now imagine you in that position, man. Okay, a woman came up to you and said, we're going to eat your son today. We're going to eat my son tomorrow. Here it is. You, all right, you boiling your own son to eat. Okay. And then the next day when you go to the woman for her son, she hides her son, man. Okay. It's going to be bad. All right. Now let's, it's going to be bad, man. Let's get this in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50, because all right, because famine, all right, is a way, you know, to take pride out of people, you know, all right, famine is a way, all right, people being starved to death, that's going to take pride out of people, okay? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 8, verse 50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Let's get a definition of miseries. It says, unhappiness, distress, wretchedness, hardship, suffering, affliction, anguish, anxiety, torment, torture, agony, man. All right, you see the point, okay? Woe, sadness, sorrow, all right? affliction, misfortune, trouble, all right, deprivation, okay? So it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, okay? And the pride is going to be broken in these people, man, okay? All right, the pride is going to be broken in these people. All right, so now let's I'm gonna get this in the book of Psalms chapter 91 verse 9, because the Lord is going to be the one that's bringing, all right, the evils that's coming. He's going to be the one that's going to bring the famine. Okay, now all right, basically you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, and you do have Israelites that look like heathen. Okay, so just because you don't look like the people I said doesn't mean that you're not an Israelite, because your identity comes from your father. Okay, so your Israelite man could have slept with a Chinese woman, all right, a daughter of Moab, okay, and she brought forth, all right, that woman would bring forth an Israelite child, okay, and so forth, man, because your identity doesn't come from your mother, it comes from your father. So you can still be an Israelite while looking like, you know, a person of a heathen nation. Okay, this is Psalm chapter 91 verse 9. All right, and it's like it, you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans need to return unto the Lord before these evils come, before famine come, before the great death come, before, all right, the sword come. What the scripture say? Sword is sharpened, it is also furbished. Shall we then make mirth? Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So it says, because thou hast made the Lord YAHAWASHI, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. Now, when you go into the word refuge, because the Lord, all right, we got to make the Lord our refuge, man. And the Lord our habit, we got to make the Lord our habitation. And when you go into the word refuge, I'm going to get straight to the point. It says, hiding place, hide away, hide out. Now, the precept that comes to mind is what? All right, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 3, the scripture say, a prudent man, meaning a wise man, foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Now, when the scripture say a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, doesn't mean that, you know, he get canned goods, he get an underground bunker, you know, and he hide himself. No, that's not what it means. The way that you ultimately hide yourself is by returning unto your power, which is YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, you seek the Lord. All right, you return unto YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi, so you could be hid, man. Okay, and let's keep reading. It says, because thou hast made the Lord YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee. You see that? There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. You see? And who's bringing the plagues? YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi. All right, who's bringing the evils? YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi. Who's bringing the famine? YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi. Okay, now let's get this in Psalms chapter 33 verse 18, and I close it out from here. And Lord will, this video is edifying, because the scriptures say that my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. You see? All right, those that return unto the Lord, all right, the elect, they're going to be good in that day, man. Okay, the scriptures say my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. The scriptures say take no thought, saying, what shall ye eat or what shall ye drink? You know, all right, because basically the elect, they're going to walk by faith. They're going to trust in the Lord, YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi. The scriptures say the just shall live by faith. Okay, when you read in the book of Job, the scriptures say at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. All right, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Okay, this is Psalm chapter 33 verse 18. It says, behold, the eye of the Lord YAHAWAH bahasham Yahawashi is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Okay, so man. All right, that's the point. Lord will, this video is edifying. I'm gonna close it out, getting infinite praises. And hey, you Israelites are not to receive that grain of rice, man. Do not take that MOTB. Okay, so Lord will, this video is edifying. I'm gonna close it out, getting infinite praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH bahasham YAHAWASHI, bahasham, RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone at the time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, and Lord, will this video was edifying.